Ever glance at the clock and realize it's 3 a.m.? Again? Sound familiar? You've counted sheep until you're blue in the face, tried every breathing exercise in the book, but sleep just won't come. What if I told you the secret to a restful night's sleep might just be right there on your dinner plate? Today, we're not talking about sleeping pills. We're talking about food. You're going to discover how to turn your evening meal into the most effective and tastiest sleep aid you can imagine. To start, let's understand who's really running the show when it comes to sleep. Inside our bodies, there's a whole team of specialists dedicated to rest. The stars of this team are melatonin, our essential sleep hormone, and serotonin, the feel-good hormone that actually helps produce melatonin. Our goal? To give these two everything they need to do their job all through our dinner, and just as importantly, to avoid waking up their archenemy, the stress hormone, cortisol. It's really quite simple. All right, let's embark on our culinary journey to the land of dreams. And we're going to start with some real superheroes. These aren't comic book characters, but everyday foods that pack an incredible punch. Their secret weapon is an essential amino acid with an intriguing name, tryptophan. Keep that word in mind, because it's our chief ally in the battle against sleepless nights. Picture tryptophan as the fundamental building blocks of a house. Without them, you simply can't construct anything. Once these crucial building blocks enter our system, they trigger an entire chain of events. First, tryptophan is converted into serotonin. You've probably heard of it. It's often called the happiness hormone. It's responsible for a good mood and a profound sense of calm. After all, to truly fall asleep, you first need to relax, don't you? So, consider serotonin our internal relaxation guru. But that's not the end of the story. As evening approaches and darkness sets in, our brain gives the signal, and serotonin transforms into the ultimate sleep orchestrator, melatonin. It's melatonin that meticulously regulates our internal body clock and ushers in that wonderfully pleasant drowsiness. It boils down to a simple formula: no tryptophan, insufficient serotonin, no melatonin. And the result? A night spent tossing and turning. Now here's the crucial takeaway. Our bodies simply cannot produce tryptophan on their own. We can only obtain it through our diet. This means your dinner isn't just another meal. It's a vital refueling stop for your body's sleep factory. Kicking off our list is a food you're probably already familiar with. Turkey. Yes, that infamous bird that often leaves you ready for a nap after a big family dinner. Many believe this is just a myth, or simply the result of overeating. But actually there's quite a bit of scientific truth behind that. Turkey is a powerhouse of our key friend, tryptophan. Just 100 grams of baked turkey breast contains almost your entire daily recommended intake of this valuable amino acid. Of course, this isn't an invitation to feast every night. It's all about moderation. A small portion of boiled or baked turkey, added to a salad or eaten with vegetables, makes a perfect base for a calming, sleep-friendly dinner. A crucial tip: avoid frying turkey in excessive oil. Heavy fatty foods, on the other hand, will only hinder your sleep. Our goal is a light yet nutritious dinner. So, a few slices of tender turkey could be your first confident step towards a truly peaceful night's rest. Next up, we have dairy products, and just like that, we're transported back to our childhood. Remember how Grandma or Mom used to offer a warm glass of milk before bed? That wasn't just a simple act of care. It was a time-tested ritual. now fully backed by science. Sure, milk does contain tryptophan, but its true secret weapon is calcium. Calcium plays a crucial role in how our brain utilizes tryptophan to produce melatonin. Think of calcium as a catalyst, speeding up and enhancing the entire process. It literally helps your brain flip the switch into sleep mode. Beyond milk, other excellent sources of sleep-friendly calcium include natural unsweetened yogurt, kefir, and cottage cheese. A small serving of cottage cheese with berries, or a warm glass of milk with a dash of cinnamon, about an hour to 90 minutes before bed, isn't just delicious. It's incredibly beneficial for your nervous system. It's a simple, accessible way to send your body a clear signal. Time to unwind. Now let's take a deeper dive, quite literally. Moving from the farm, we're heading to the sea to talk about fish. But not just any fish. We're focusing on the fatty varieties. Our star players here are salmon, tuna, mackerel, and sardines. What's their superpower? They pack a powerful punch for quality sleep. A dynamic duo of vitamin D and omega-3 fatty acids. Let's start with omega-3s. These fatty acids are renowned for their anti-inflammatory properties and incredible brain benefits. They're excellent at helping to lower stress and anxiety levels, effectively calming your nervous system. Simply put, omega-3s act like a gentle, natural tranquilizer, priming your brain for a restful night. Working alongside them is vitamin D. Research consistently shows a direct link between a deficiency in this sunshine vitamin and poor sleep quality. Vitamin D plays a crucial role in regulating the production of serotonin, our feel-good hormone, which, as we've discussed, is a direct precursor to melatonin. So this dynamic duo from the sea works on two fronts simultaneously. It soothes your system and helps your body synthesize those essential sleep hormones. A modest serving of baked salmon with some vegetables isn't just a delicious and healthy dinner. It's a genuine investment in your nightly restoration and recovery. Moving on from main dishes, let's turn our attention to something a little more compact, but certainly no less powerful. We're talking about nuts, our top picks for the evening, almonds and walnuts. Think of them as tiny treasure chests, each packed with one of the most crucial minerals for our tranquility, magnesium. Magnesium is essentially nature's own relaxant. Picture your muscles and nervous system throughout the day, constantly tense like a tightly wound spring. Magnesium steps in and gently eases that tension. It doesn't just physically relax your muscles, it also plays a crucial role in regulating our nervous system. Magnesium helps calm the brain by reducing neuronal activity, and perhaps most importantly, it helps lower your cortisol levels. Cortisol, the stress hormone, is sleep's biggest enemy. When cortisol levels are high, drifting off to sleep can feel nearly impossible. Magnesium, however, helps keep this enemy in check. A small handful of almonds or a few walnuts about an hour before bed can become a wonderful habit. It's not just a healthy snack. It's like your personal off switch for daily stress, preparing both your body and mind for truly deep rest. And now, we have a guest on our list that might just surprise you. It's neither meat nor nuts. It's a berry. And that berry is the cherry. But not just any cherry. We're talking about the tart varieties, like Montmorency. Why specifically this one? Because tart cherries are one of the few natural foods on the planet that already contain ready-made melatonin. Yes, that's right. The very sleep hormone our bodies often struggle to synthesize from tryptophan. With tart cherries, you get it in its pure form. Studies have shown that regular consumption of natural tart cherry juice can significantly increase sleep duration and improve its quality, especially for those suffering from chronic insomnia. A glass of this unsweetened juice a couple of hours before bed, or a handful of fresh or frozen berries, can become your secret weapon. It's like getting a small, yet highly effective dose of nature's own sleep aid, straight from the garden. Just imagine. Instead of making your body work to produce melatonin, you're simply giving it a ready-made supply. It's a simple, yet remarkably elegant way to help yourself drift off to sleep. Carrying on with our fruit theme, today we're uncovering another surprising, yet potent ally, the humble, fuzzy kiwi. For years it flew under the radar as a sleep aid, but groundbreaking new research has completely flipped the script. Scientists discovered that participants who ate just 2 kiwis about an hour before bed, consistently for a month, experienced astonishing results. They fell asleep significantly faster, woke up less frequently during the night, and reported a marked improvement in both the total duration and overall quality of their sleep. So, what's the magic behind this little green fruit? Firstly, kiwi is a powerhouse of antioxidants, plus vitamin C and E. These essential nutrients help combat inflammation and oxidative stress, 2 processes known to interfere with restful sleep. But there's a second, equally important reason. Kiwi is surprisingly rich in serotonin. Remember our happiness hormone? The beauty of kiwi is that it contains serotonin in its readily usable form. This means your body doesn't have to expend resources converting tryptophan into serotonin. You simply enjoy a couple of kiwis and give your body a direct dose of this crucial neurotransmitter. Serotonin works to calm your nervous system and sets the stage for optimal melatonin production. So, this small but mighty fruit truly is a veritable treasure trove of benefits for your sleep. All right, we've covered our bases with essential proteins and fruits, but what about side dishes? The choice here is equally crucial. Our main focus should be complex carbohydrates. Perfect examples include oatmeal, quinoa, brown rice, or a small slice of whole grain bread. Why these in particular? Complex carbohydrates have a very important mission. They act as a kind of personal delivery system for our friend, tryptophan. Remember how we discussed tryptophan needs to reach the brain to convert into serotonin and melatonin? Well, the pathway to the brain is like a busy highway, with various amino acids competing for a spot. Carbs, however, act as a clever traffic controller. When we consume them, our blood insulin levels rise. Insulin, in turn, helps other amino acids leave the bloodstream and enter our muscles, effectively clearing the path for tryptophan. This gives tryptophan a green light, an express lane, if you will, to freely reach the brain. It's quite a clever biochemical system. A small serving of oatmeal, perhaps prepared with water, or a couple of whole grain crackers paired with a piece of turkey. That's an ideal team. They work in perfect synergy to give you the maximum benefit. Next up on our list is a fruit that's a favorite for many, but whose amazing sleep-inducing properties aren't widely known: the banana. More than just a delicious and nutritious snack, a banana is nature's perfect sleep aid, masterfully combining several key ingredients. Firstly, bananas are rich in potassium and magnesium. We've already discussed the benefits of magnesium, and potassium works hand in hand with it. Together they act as powerful natural muscle relaxants. After a long, stressful day when your body feels tense and tight, a banana can help melt away that physical strain, paving the way for sleep. Secondly, bananas also provide tryptophan, that all-important precursor to serotonin and melatonin. And thirdly, they contain fast-acting carbohydrates, which, as we've previously discussed, help tryptophan reach your brain more efficiently. So, in one simple banana, you get the complete package. Ingredients to relax your muscles, the raw material for your sleep hormones, and the delivery system to get them where they need to go. Enjoying a banana about an hour before bedtime is a simple, fast, and highly effective way to prime your body for a night of deep rest. And to round out our list of beneficial items, we have, of course, a drink. But not just any drink. Forget your caffeinated teas and sugary sodas. Our pick is classic herbal tea, and the undisputed queen of evening beverages is chamomile. This unassuming flower has been used for centuries in traditional medicine to calm nerves and promote better sleep, and modern science now backs up its effectiveness. Chamomile's secret lies in an antioxidant called apigenin. This compound has a unique ability. It binds to specific receptors in our brain, the very same ones targeted by some sedative medications. As a result, apigenin helps reduce anxiety and induces a gentle drowsiness. It's a mild, natural effect, free from unwanted side effects. A cup of warm, unsweetened chamomile tea about half an hour before bed isn't just a drink. It's a cherished ritual. It warms you from the inside, calms your mind, and sends a clear signal to your body that the day's hustle is over, and it's time for well-deserved rest. Beyond chamomile, mint, lemon balm, or lavender teas are also excellent choices. Now that we've armed ourselves with a list of sleep-friendly foods, it's time to talk about the enemies. These are the products that can sabotage all our efforts. They're like noisy neighbors throwing a party when you're trying to fall asleep. The most obvious and well-known enemy, of course, is caffeine. Most of us know that a cup of coffee late in the evening is a bad idea. Caffeine is a stimulant. It works by blocking adenosine receptors in your brain. Adenosine is a natural chemical that builds up during the day, creating that feeling of tiredness. By blocking these receptors, caffeine essentially tricks your brain into believing it's wide awake and full of energy. Caffeine has a half-life of up to 6 hours. This means that even a cup of coffee you drink at 4 in the afternoon can still be half-active in your system by 10 o'clock at night, making it difficult to fall asleep. So, the golden rule for good sleep is to completely cut out caffeine at least 6 to 8 hours before you plan to go to bed. And this applies not just to coffee, but to other caffeinated beverages, which we'll discuss next. Caffeine, however, is a deceptive foe. It doesn't just hide in obvious places like coffee or energy drinks. There are also hidden sources that many people aren't even aware of. Take, for instance, black and green tea. While they contain less caffeine than coffee, it's still present, and for sensitive individuals, even a small dose can be enough to disrupt sleep. Another surprising item on this list, dark chocolate. The higher the cocoa percentage, the more caffeine and theobromine, another stimulating compound, it contains. A few squares of dark chocolate before bed might seem like an innocent treat, but they can actually be a sneaky culprit behind sleepless nights. Also, pay attention to carbonated drinks. especially colas. Caffeine is often added to them for their stimulating effect. Surprisingly, some over-the-counter pain relievers and cold medications also contain caffeine. So, it's crucial to be vigilant and always read labels. If you're striving for quality sleep, your mission is to become a true detective and uncover all the secret hiding places of this deceptive stimulant in your diet. Now, let's turn our attention to perhaps the most insidious deceiver of all: alcohol. Many people are convinced that a glass of wine or a shot of something stronger before bed is the ultimate sleep aid. And on the surface they seem right. Alcohol is indeed a central nervous system depressant. It slows brain activity, induces relaxation, and can help you fall asleep more quickly. This is precisely why the myth of its sleep-inducing benefits is so persistent. But the real story and the problem begins in the second half of the night. As your body begins to metabolize or process the alcohol, a phenomenon known as the rebound effect occurs. Your sleep becomes fragmented and shallow. Alcohol significantly suppresses the REM sleep stage, which is critically important for emotional processing, information consolidation, and memory formation. Consequently, even if you technically get your recommended 8 hours, you wake up feeling groggy and unrefreshed, as if you hadn't rested at all. Ultimately, alcohol offers you a quick, yet incredibly low-quality and fleeting credit for sleep, and you pay for it the next day, with a persistent feeling of exhaustion and poor well-being. The next hidden enemy of a good night's sleep, it's lurking in your desserts, baked goods, and sweet beverages, sugar, and simple carbohydrates. A slice of cake, a few cookies, or a piece of candy before bed might feel like a comforting end to your day, but for your body, it's anything but relaxing. It's pure stress. So, what exactly happens when you indulge in something sweet? Your blood sugar levels surge dramatically. In response, your pancreas floods your system with a large dose of insulin, trying to bring those sugar levels down. Insulin rapidly gets to work, and as a result, your blood sugar levels plummet just as quickly, sometimes even falling below what's considered normal. This state is called hypoglycemia, and this blood sugar roller coaster, these dramatic peaks and sudden drops, acts as a serious alarm bell for your system. In response to this sudden crash in sugar, your adrenal glands kick into high gear, releasing stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. And as we know, these are the absolute worst enemies of restful sleep. Consequently, you might find yourself waking up in the middle of the night, drenched in a cold sweat, feeling anxious and with your heart pounding, all without realizing that the innocent-looking dessert you had just hours before was the real cause. Moving right along our list of foods to avoid before bed, our next culprit, spicy food. If you're a fan of fiery Mexican or Thai dishes, you'll want to pay close attention. That hot and spicy dinner could seriously mess with your sleep, and there are a couple of key reasons why. First, capsaicin, that's the compound giving peppers their heat, can trigger some serious digestive issues, especially heartburn and an upset stomach. Trying to drift off to sleep when you're battling those symptoms, that's no easy task. Secondly, and perhaps even more interestingly, spicy food actually raises your body's core temperature. To achieve that easy, deep sleep, your body temperature naturally needs to dip slightly. It's one of your brain's key biological signals that it's time to wind down for the night. Spicy food, on the other hand, does the exact opposite. It triggers internal processes that subtly warm you up, directly interfering with this essential cooling mechanism. The result? Your brain gets conflicting signals. That's dark, telling it to go to sleep, but your body temperature isn't dropping as it should. Ultimately, this can lead to difficulties falling asleep and a more restless, fragmented night of sleep. Last, but certainly not least, a significant disruptor of good sleep is heavy, greasy food. While a hearty steak, with fries, pizza, a burger, or a plate of rich pilaf might sound incredibly tempting, they are far from ideal for your evening meal. When you lie down to sleep, all your body's systems are supposed to switch into rest and recovery mode. All of them, that is, except one, your digestive system, especially if you've overloaded it with such a task. Digesting heavy fatty food is a complex and energy-intensive process. Your stomach and intestines are forced to work overtime, pulling a night shift, while the rest of your body is already trying to rest. This can lead to discomfort, a feeling of heaviness, bloating, and even heartburn, as stomach acid can more easily reflux into your esophagus when you're lying horizontally. Essentially, you're creating an internal conflict. Your brain is trying to shut down, but your digestive system is actively working overtime. This dissonance inevitably leads to shallow, restless sleep and frequent awakenings. Your body simply can't fully relax and recover because it's preoccupied with digestion. All right, so we've covered what to eat and what to avoid. Now for an equally important question. When should you eat? The timing of your dinner is almost as significant as what's on your plate. Think of your stomach as a factory. It has a day shift, when it's running at full capacity, and a night shift, when it needs to rest and recuperate. If you eat right before bed, you're essentially forcing that factory to work overtime, which, as we've already discussed, hinders quality rest. The ideal time for your last meal is 2 to 3 hours before you go to sleep. This generally provides ample time for your stomach to handle the main digestive process. By the time your head hits the pillow, active digestion will be mostly complete, allowing your body to fully shift into sleep and recovery mode. Eating dinner too early isn't ideal either, as you might find yourself going to bed hungry, which can also interfere with falling asleep. So, the sweet spot, that 2 to 3 hour window before bed, is the optimal interval to avoid both a heavy stomach and those inconvenient midnight hunger pangs. Beyond food, it's essential not to overlook the importance of beverages, with water being paramount. Proper hydration is incredibly important for all bodily processes, including sleep. Even mild dehydration can significantly disrupt your sleep. It can cause dry mouth and nasal passages, leading to snoring and general discomfort. Dehydration can also trigger nighttime muscle cramps and headaches. However, striking the right balance is key. Drinking a liter of water right before bed, for instance, is also not advisable. That will almost certainly guarantee 1 or more nighttime trips to the bathroom, obviously interrupting your sleep. So, how do you find that perfect balance? Aim to drink enough water consistently throughout the day. However, about an hour to an hour and a half before bed, it's best to limit your fluid intake. This gives your body enough time to process and eliminate excess fluids, preventing those unwelcome middle-of-the-night bathroom breaks. Maintaining good hydration throughout the day is a simple yet highly effective habit for significantly improving your sleep quality. Let's debunk a very common myth. Many people believe that having a heavy filling dinner will help them sleep better. The logic is simple. A full stomach makes you feel sleepy, and there's truth to that. After a large meal, especially one rich in carbohydrates and fats, blood rushes to your digestive organs. This means less oxygen goes to your brain, causing that drowsy feeling. This phenomenon is known as postprandial somnolence. You might indeed fall asleep more quickly. But here's the catch. Falling asleep quickly doesn't mean you're getting good sleep. As we've discussed, an overworked digestive system, laboring all night, prevents your body from truly resting. Your body temperature rises, sleep becomes shallow, and deep sleep phases are shortened. Ultimately, you're sleeping, but not truly recovering. It's like driving a car with the parking brake on. You're moving, but your engine is working overtime. So, don't confuse post-meal drowsiness with a genuine, healthy desire to sleep. Quality sleep comes when your body feels light and relaxed, not when it's occupied with heavy work. And for our final tip today, what if dinner was hours ago, bedtime is still a while off, and you're starting to feel a little hungry? Going to bed hungry is a bad idea. A rumbling stomach and dropping blood sugar can disrupt your sleep just as much as overeating. In this situation, you need the perfect sleep-friendly snack. And its formula is very simple. A small combination of a complex carbohydrate and protein. Why this specific combination? Protein provides tryptophan, and as we know, complex carbohydrates help transport it to the brain. Plus, this kind of snack is light and won't upset your stomach. So, what are some good options? For instance, a small banana with a handful of almonds, or a whole grain cracker with a thin slice of turkey or cheese. You could also have half a cup of oatmeal made with water, topped with a few berries. The key phrase here is small portion. Our goal isn't to feel full, but simply to gently curb hunger and provide your body with the necessary building blocks for producing sleep hormones. This smart snack, eaten about an hour before bed, will help you drift off to sleep peacefully and serenely. And now perhaps for the biggest surprise. We've talked about alcohol, which many consider the ultimate relaxant. And yes, it does depress the central nervous system, making you feel drowsy and helping you fall asleep quickly. But what happens next? A few hours later, as your liver processes the alcohol, your sleep becomes fragmented and shallow. Your body literally kicks you out of deep sleep, the most crucial phase for genuine restoration. The result? You wake up feeling exhausted, even after 8 hours in bed. And here's a second crucial secret many people overlook: the synergy between foods. Remember we talked about tryptophan from turkey and carbs from oatmeal? Well, think of carbohydrates as tryptophan's personal chauffeur. They trigger an insulin release which essentially clears the path for tryptophan to reach your brain. Without carbs, a good portion of this wonder amino acid simply won't make it to its destination. That's why a plate of turkey with quinoa works far better than just a plain piece of meat. It's not just food, it's the real biochemistry of sleep, right there in your kitchen. So, what's the takeaway? Your dinner is a powerful tool for managing your sleep. The right food choices can calm your nervous system, kickstart sleep hormone production, and ensure you get deep, restorative rest. It's not about strict diets. It's about making conscious choices. Thank you for watching this video all the way to the end. I truly hope this information helps you banish insomnia for good. If you found this useful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on new videos about living a better, healthier life. Now a question for you. What do you eat for dinner to help you sleep better? Or perhaps you have a personal do not eat list of foods that consistently ruin your night. Share your experiences in the comments below. Let's build the most helpful knowledge base together.